Good morning, SB. Sitting here watching IDAI this morning. Okay, let's see. Get this posted and actually, no, that's the wrong one. All right. So yeah, IDIAI, they got news. They were moving up earlier this morning, but there was no news out. There was reported at Benzinga. Then they came out and said they had a biometric authentication, multi-factor authentication device that they've kind of been putting or is ready to come out. So that's why we see that move in IDAI. Moved up from what, $2 up to the $6 today, and we'll see what kind of movement it wants to give throughout the day. But I do think it's going to be the main watch coming into the morning. I don't really see anything else in the high floats. Facebook, of course, they're having a little day of rest from the fall off. Teladoc also dove off today, down 43% there. But nothing else really doing anything else crazy to the upside except IDAI. So I think that's going to be the focus point for today. Plus, with the way that it's opening up on where'd it go? On this, it'll be green. So this year has been pretty red for it. To go green, it needed to get back over the 428s, which it has done. As long as it holds up there, it will be back green on this year. It did have quite a bit of a tumble here from $25 down to $2. I don't know what happened to make that happen, but I can go and look back in the news and see why was that initial tumble so heavy. And what month was that in? That was in November. No, that was in January. Oh, that was like last month when it did this tumble. Huh. It doesn't have any shelf registrations on it that I saw. Okay, T-Stamp 2021 announced a successful completion of private offering. NASDAQ listing. Trust Stamp receives funding commitment from Next Gen Medical QR. Okay, so here is where it tumbled. Shares of several companies trading lower as, oh, the Russia-Ukraine conflict is in there. Trust Stamp, finance partner to transform. They had record revenue for both Q4 and full year of 2021. Why did they fall? I guess it was just the Russian thing. So not too much ceiling up there. We'll see what it wants to do throughout the day. It is a lower float. Let me go and check that float. I believe it was like 15 million in the float with 23 million outstanding shares. So definitely can get the moving and be very, very volatile today. Don't really see a reason for that initial fall. So we'll try to identify some levels over here on the 4-hour chart. Let me look. We got highs up here at the 727. That may be a little bit of an issue. Then we got more highs up here at the 903s. And actually, this was a big gap down right here from the 7 or the 895, 799 down here to this gap down of the 511. So we'll have to see what it wants to do, but it's very strong on the day. Good morning, GD. Okay. They had net sales of $2.1 million. See, Atlanta, Georgia Trust Stamp announces launch of its biometric multi-factor authentication. Of course, multi-factor authentication is used all through cybersecurity, which makes me wonder. Let me go over here and look at this other cybersecurity. Will it get any sentiment off of this? Nah, leave that one alone. No volume over there. Good morning, Daniel B. We're out here looking at IDAI up 200 something percent. Looking real dangerous. We'll see how it holds its levels. It's going up and testing the 650s right now. Came from $2, so nice little $5-6 rip, or not $4 rip. Yeah, man, BTU ate it. I saw it. I don't know if they put out earnings or what. But I did see that drop of 14 something percent there. I think that's because oil keeps on well, I don't know really why it dropped. Oil is still over the 100. Oh, it was their earnings. I see their earnings now. Okay. Q1 loss widens on their earnings. Okay, well, we'll be watching IDAI. Let's see if we can find anything else with any kind of crazy news. Comcast are trading lower. Facebook just basically getting a little bit of a bounce off the bottom after all of this falling off at the 170s. TU, AMC, Twitter coming on back down. So nothing else competing volume wise with that little low float. You think they'll climb back up, Dang B? We'll see. We shall see. Are you willing to take that long position on that BTU? Or are you going to give it a couple of days to consolidate and then make a decision? That would probably be the best move. Because it's still in a strong uptrend here. It only came down to what, the 22? So that's just a little bit of a drop for it. That's not horrible. It's still riding up the uptrend. $22.90 in that bad. Don't touch IDIA. It's bad. I don't know, man. It's we'll give it some time. It does have catalysts behind it, and they've been operating. Let me see if how they've been operating on their let's see. They've been operating a little bit in the red, but that's okay. Let's see. They didn't have any kind of shelf registration that I saw here. Let's see. Let's see. Offering statement, registration of securities exchange, changes or additions to offering circular. Let me go look at this. Whoops. So they made some changes to their offering. Let's see. Price $4 per share. When was this done? Where's the date? January. Oh, that's before all of this. Before all this news came out. So yeah, I don't see anything crazy there. Today for earnings, we have Apple coming out in the after hours. We have Amazon after hours. MasterCard should have already released their earnings. McDonald's, Twitter releasing its earnings. Okay, so that's all I see that are at the top of the list there. Let me organize this by market cap. Okay, what about IPOs? BLTE. It's going to be tomorrow. Let me go see what BLTE is for tomorrow. Then they have EDBL, Edible Garden. Both of these are pretty low floats as well. What are you? We are a clinical stage biopharmaceutical company. I'm going to leave that one alone. Already done with that. EDBL, Edible Garden. Edible Garden is controlled environment agriculture farming company. We use traditional agriculture growing techniques together with technology to grow fresh organic food sustainably and safely while improving traceability. We use controlled environment. Okay. Well, they got a lot of competition. So that, what is Helivax? Helivax is going to be a little bit more expensive. Opening $16, $18. Clinical stage biopharmaceutical. I'm done with that. All right. So back over here to IDAI. Right under this little 650 level. Let's see. Good morning, One Life. Good morning, Lori. Let's see. Let's see what Twitter will do today. Yeah, let's watch and see, man. This thing, I don't know. Just so questionable, but it is just marching its way up this uptrend. I think it's gonna end up coming down though, to be real. Yesterday I wanted to see it touch this 47 level, which it didn't come down and do. It just hovered right above that 47. IDAI will probably be a grinder. We have about 10 minutes or 12 minutes to the bell. Almost 10 million shares. It's the only thing up right now that has 10 million shares on it. So the rotation is it's 15 million in the float. So it's almost to its first rotation here, with about 4 million to go. A little bit less than 4 million. SPY is opening back closer to the 420 level. Will 420 finally become real resistance? Came down here and touched it, got a little bounce, little flat kind of bounce into a channel. We'll see if it wants to break back out of this channel above the 425 or if it wants to come on down. This is the trend that I drew yesterday on the 5-minute chart. Looks like it did bounce up there, find that trend again, and then bounce off that trend into the aftermarket. So we'll have to identify a new trend. That trend is irrelevant. Twitter at $49, I think. $46.62. Almost ready. IDAI coming up there and hitting that top. So double top at the 671. I want to see some big failure. Come on back down here to $4. But this is a first day spike up, so kind of got to be careful with these and kind of see what kind of bottom that they want to do or what kind of trend that they want to set up during the intradays. How are people feeling about them? what's going to be the high. Is this 671 going to be the high, or is it going to make a new high then have a big fail? Because I'm pretty sure if somebody was holding this thing at $2, they're about ready to sell a little bit, at least. Tesla is in a weird channel. Had a nice little drop off. They're probably trying to see what's going to happen with Twitter. What's going to happen to Elon, in the Twitter debacle. That's probably what that is, because this looks like indecision on the hour chart. Let me look over here. TSLA. So let me jump over here real quick to TOS. We can see it came down here to this little bottom. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. 4-hour chart is still kind of forming itself. Yeah, just pretty flat here from the 917 down to the 860. And we'll just have to see what the sentiment is there, because yeah, that's what I was saying, Lauren. Yeah, it's definitely because of Twitter. They don't know what to do with it, whether to buy or not to buy. DWAC getting on back up there as well. Had a high of like the 50 something yesterday. Was still well away from this bottom trend, so I'm going to not play with that one. It's been going up for what, 1, 2, 3 days. We'll see what Twitter wants to do though for DWAC and Tesla. So IDAI is slowing down, coming to its first rotation of 15 million shares. Actually, no, they in the report it said they had 12 million. So I don't know which one to trust. Benzinga says they have 12 million, and then Yahoo Finance said they had 15 million. So it's around 12 to 15 million. So it's either at or past this first rotation, and we'll definitely be able to tell what it wants to do at 15. We have about 4 minutes to the bell. Facebook parents of Metaverse division loses nearly $3 billion in the first quarter. Wow. That's just a little chunk of change for him. Netflix to axe 90% of upcoming Indian content slate as part of a revamp plan. Huh. That sounds a little. Well, Netflix has been falling off, I guess, for a long time. They should be accepting everybody, anybody. Sesame Street, the way they've been falling. Set sites on mobile home parks. Let's see, recent. Right. Tesla is just sitting on the 900s right now, anticipating Bad news. Twitter also in the flat range, anticipating news. DWAC, don't really care, has just been going up while they're anticipating. A minute 30 to the bell. Tesla taking a little bit of a dip there. Down to the 895s. But we still have this top of the 911 to 920, maybe like a $7 range there. Put there as resistance. $40 seconds left. Getting all these over here. ID. All right, so I got everything that I want to see on the 4-hour chart here. Watching for this last 30 seconds. Twitter 4-hour chart, DWAC 4-hour chart, pushing back up there, and then Tesla 4-hour chart. We have about 10 seconds left. We're gonna see how these four do, along with the SPY. DWAC popped up there, kind of big, and then opened kind of awkwardly. IDIA, kind of choppy on IDIA to be such a low float. No big push. Let's see what the move down looks like. Twitter red right now, DWAC green. So just a bunch of red to green moves to open up. IDIA throwing a little wick up there to the 665. Very choppy. This one's gonna be spooky for some people. Yep, new high of day, 685, right at the sevens. Bumped up to the sevens just a little bit. Can we get that big slap down? Up 10% since the open. Touching that 7, but finding a little bit of resistance there. Of course, it would be resistance up 200 something percent. Trying to push through the 7s with all this little might. So now we'll be able to see if we can identify any trends as it falls, if it wants to fall away from the 7. High of this candle was $7. Will we see the 90s start dropping to the 80s there? Okay. Getting a little bit of a slap down. High of 702. That's nothing but bull traps right there. These little pushes. Wow. All right, 50 cent push out there. Where's this high of day gonna be then? Wow. Okay, touch the 8 on the push out. Very surprising moves there. But I am willing to wait. See if we can start to identify any kind of trend. So this will be the second cycle through its floats. If it was 12 million, 24 million is coming up. About 8 million on this first candle. So almost a full cycle on the first candle. DWAC, Tesla pumping down a little bit, pumping down a lot. Never mind, I said a little bit. That is a lie. Pumping down a lot. Let me see what kind of news came out on Tesla. I mean, not. Oh yeah, that is Tesla. Elon faces backlash after targeting Twitter lawyer. Is some of the news from this morning. Let me pull this news over. Oh, they got a whole news report on this. Okay. Yeah, so yeah. So not looking good for Twitter, but DWAC should be excited, right? Get a nice little pullback off this bottom from the 45s. Very low volume though. DWAC 45.74. Okay, we're seeing a small trend, but we don't know if it's valid on the 5 minute right now. Does it want to go ahead and push through this top is the question. Okay. Yeah, Twitter going down to this bottom of the 860. And I'm expecting DWAC to come on back through. If Twitter's doing all that. But DWAC looks like it's taking a little break as well, going red on the day. Okay, so if we look over here on TOS, we can see this line, these lines that I drew at first, coming down to that 866 there on Tesla. That top was a 919, took a little move down. DWAC red right now. Twitter uh was red, coming back green now. But I think it's gonna continue down. I just can't see Twitter coming up and Tesla coming up with or maybe Twitter is coming up a little bit, but it's just very choppy. Very choppy. Look at all these wicks. Wicks, wicks, wicks. We do not want to see that. That's bot movement. All right, getting a little breakdown on IDAI. We have identified a little bit of a trend. We need to see a retest of a trend so we can reevaluate, is this real? Or is this a real area of resistance? Rather, not really, is it real? All right. SQZ 24%. SQZ making this little way up. What was the news on SQZ? COVID-19 shot for children 2 through 6. FDA approval on SQZ. And IDAI is turning around as well. SQZ. Expand does not look good over here on the 4-hour at all. So I'm going to leave that one alone. PayPal is down here at the bottom as well. Broke down all the way from the 300s all the way down here to the $100. Coming down to what looks like a double bottom a little bit at the 82-ish level. Or the 80s. We can see this wick here down to the 80s. All right, back over to Street Smart Edge. If y'all see anything else, we'll definitely pop it in. IDAI coming back up for the test of the trend. Twitter coming on back down as well. Jumped up there to the 49.43 and is now ducking back down. DWAC, what you doing down here? DWAC coming back up, but on low volume. Tesla breaking down that 860 level, going to the 850s. Squeeze or SQZ, whatever the name of this company is what, let me look at this company. I haven't even looked at this company. SQZ. So SQZ Biotechnologies company. Statistics. float is 16 million. Let's look at your profile. 113 employees based out of the United States. Clinical stage biotechnology company develops cell therapies for cancer or patients with cancer, autoimmune or infectious diseases. Okay, so biofarm on that one. Making a high of day. And we'll see if we can identify any kind of trend on it as well. Back up here, let's see, IDIA continuing to stay under this trend. Let's see. What was the news today on Squeeze? Okay, so stock moving, shares trading higher because company got a fast track designation. Was this the COVID? Oh yeah, this was the COVID-19 for children. Moderna seeks FDA emergency use nod for COVID-19 shot in kids 2 through 6. Amgen hit by bombshell tax disclosure. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that one. I think I'm still more interested in this one. Came up here, tested the trend, so we can see a little bit of a trend on this second bar that's opening the second 15-minute bar now. So we're getting trends set up on higher time frames. Previous consolidation was 636. Support 636, and then a little bit of support down here at the 564. Two support levels there, and then another one down here at the 480s. So we'll see which one of these support levels it wants to kind of try to respect on a lower time frame, then see if those make sense on a higher time frame. Okay, Squeeze made its high of day as well. 360. Little bit steep there to draw a real trend line. Let's see. It's a little too steep right now. It's gonna have to consolidate a little bit. Tesla down to the 846. Lawrence says SNDL finally released earnings. LOL only took them an extra 6 weeks. That's shady. That's super shady. Like, yeah, y'all'll be all right. We'll get it out before your tax return. It's Ben's birthday today. Another year tacked on. OST. All right, this one's coming on down. Let's see what Squeeze wants to do. Can Squeeze hold up? Squeeze has a bottom here, and this really isn't tight consolidation either. This is like a channel here. So from a 383 resistance, or actually I'm not even gonna count that. 360 down to the 311. That's what we're looking at. Looks like a little channel, so it's gonna have to do a channel break. This one staying right under that trend. The body of this previous candle was a 709s. Let's see if it'll go ahead and break down through those sevens. And let me mark these as consolidation areas rather than just a simple price. So we got an area of support down here, 650 down to the 623. Then another area of 540 down to the what is this? 584s. Probably should use different. I'm gonna use different colors to mark different areas. Green. Let's just do this. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna let this thing play and see, because I can tell what it's doing. I'm not gonna waste all that time doing that. DWAC coming on back up. Nice little pop from that 46 up to the 47. Squeeze, making a bottom, a higher low here, but still we don't know if this is still in the channel or is it going to reverse out of this channel. But we do know the bottom of the channel, 311 pretty much, has been coming down for quite a bit, had a small pop up. And not really a big gapper either, so be careful with that. Red on the day for this one is under the $3. So it's got 30 cents away from being red on the day. DWAC coming back up to this flat top of the 48.31. See if it'll start holding that. That'll be over this previous high. IDIA finally taking the dive to this first area here. 654 down to the 623 is the first test. We'll see what it does through here. On the hour chart, look at it giving back everything right there. Let me come over here to the 4-hour chart and see what it's looking like. Yeah, So yeah, DWAC is the best looking one here right now. Tesla dove off. IDIA is trying to make decisions, and then Twitter still going down as well. So I want to see intraday which one of these levels of consolidation that it chooses to stop at, or not really stop at, but consolidate at. DWAC pulling back just a bit off that flat top of the 430. It got up there to the 425 level is what gave it problems up there. $425. Squeeze. Still in this little tight range, 385. I'm gonna take Tesla off and put squeeze on here for watching. DWAC coming back into this range, getting back below the previous 15-minute body with a nice large topping tail over the top. So basically, we're just gathering data right now. DWAC has been on an uptrend anyway for a while. We'll see if we can identify any kind of intraday trend on it. IDAI getting working its way under this the 650. We'll see what kind of action it wants to do above this 620 level. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. This point, what would it be, a 20-cent risk on squeeze? Up 19%. But we still haven't identified any kind of trend. We only identified a channel. Top was 360. Support. $3 support. All right. DWAC going on back down now, going red on the day. Right now, the channel or the trend is at the 766 and it's down here at the 650. So definitely got some work to do to get back up there to test at least once. Squeeze getting back up there as well in this channel. Now we'll be able to at least see if this is a actual trend that it wants to respect or not. 350s, this volume, let's see. Volume 200, so it's going to be a big wick. Okay. High of day 360. It's a good place to play for market makers, keeping it in this channel and taking people's money. Let's see if we can draw a little trend here. And we got a little small trend we can see now within this channel. All right. Threw a wick all the way up to the trend just then, or no, I just drew that trend. I'm tripping. The SPY is at 420. I think even if this thing does get out of this channel a little bit, I believe it's going to get a hard push back into this channel. Stopping right there at the trend. IDIA trying to stop at their first consolidation. People are picking up shares, but are these first people that's getting in right here, are they making the right decision for a test back up to maybe the 750s? That'll be a dollar move. Or is it going to short them out of there, short them down to this next consolidation is the question. I think this first consolidation may be a little bit too soon to be getting in, especially with how this higher time frame is looking. The bottom here is the 627. Yeah, Dallas, you said no trades yet, getting ready. Yeah, we got a couple of stocks up here, man. SQZ, ID, AI, DWAG chose to go red. The SPY breaking down the 420s again. IDAI trying to hold up with all this little might. Daniel B says SPY fourth week sinking, fourth week in a row sinking. It can really crack to the 350 levels. No sign of rebound. I don't know. That's a long way. 350. But for the government to allow that to go down like that, oh nah, bruh. Nah. They buying a dip for real. Couple more billion, what's it to them? What's it to them? I really want to see it get down to this next level of the 550s. But then again, it would probably be going red. What is red on the day for IDAI? What is red on the day? Woo, okay. Let's go over here and look at TOS. So it got up here to this position. Look at this daily. This squeeze is popping up as well. This daily, and actually let's watch squeeze. Squeeze, like I said, if it gets out of this channel a little bit, I believe it's gonna get pushed back hard within this channel. It's just too easy of a setup. So it's coming back under the trend. Let's see if it'll go ahead and crack on down. Got out of that trend just a little bit. And those market makers are not having that right now. So it formed a new high of day. And we'll see if we can get another trend set up and see if we can start holding out of both of those trends to show us a little bit of strength. 829. Wow. Tesla all the way down. Wait, didn't it start the day at 900? Down to 828. Wow. Nasty moves. Okay, there's a little dump on squeeze. Let it come on down. We got a new high of day in a channel. So if it can start holding out, then we could be looking for a possible opportunities on this one. Going down and testing the bottom level of this old consolidation, this pre-market consolidation. And that's the thing, man. Sometimes pre-market consolidation is nothing but a good feeling at that point, and it doesn't hold up. Look at this thing coming on down through there. Now it may become resistance, but we'll see. On the hour chart, we can see this thing pushing back into the body of the previous hour. Squeeze is the only thing that's green right now. So I think more eyes will shift over to it if it can stay green. Had a little flat top here at the 350. Resistance. Daniel B, you said so from 500 companies, only 22 are up. Actually, let's look at the overall market. That'll be, let's see, 22 are up out of the 500 companies. Well, I mean, if they're up against the market, I mean, they're doing pretty good, right? Or is it a trap? Are they just trapping? Okay, squeeze popping up there to 350, testing that trend once again there. We do have a high of day. If it can start holding out of these levels, maybe it'll look okay. But it's going to have to consolidate above the 350. Getting slapped right there a little bit. Had a double bottom here at the 338. It's a little bit too steep to draw a new trend though. DB is becoming a better trend. Okay. We saw a nice little bit of sell-off. We saw the largest bar on the day is a selling bar. Let's see if we can get some consolidation. Up, trying to uptick there, right above the 350s again. Will it get slammed? Back to that 360 level. Can it hold out of this level of the 350? $363. So now we can draw a new trend. Well, give it some time because this thing is acting kind of weird. Can we get a new trend, or is it going to make a new high of day? Well, popping up there, double topping too far too fast. So we should see quite a bit of a pullback off this 360. Woo! New high of day there. Now the question is, can it hold out of this original little downtrend? Coming on back down there. So we gotta wait for the next setup. Gotta wait for that trend. We do have a bottom trend that we can kind of follow, I guess. We can look at this right through here, but that's kind of steep as well. 336 level right now. Be definitely coming down. IDIA still holding in that first consolidation level. Give it some more time. It's got to get back up to the 641 to even test, so that's a lot of work. Come on, man. Give me 1 second. I gotta take this call. Okay, got a weird call there. We'll have to see what I want to do with that. It's still been watching. Let's go ahead and seeing another trend set up here inside of the channel. Only thing green today, so should have plenty of, that's a little bit too steep. Should have plenty of eyes on it. But need to message. What in the world? Okay. Dallas was talking about RCMT. Yeah, I saw that one earlier as well. RCMT. Nice and red on the day. Okay. Message. Let's get this out. How to bring gave me an IP. Let's see. Which didn't allow me to get Squeeze is getting on up there, 17%. New high of day, not following any kind of rules for any kind of setups here. Pushing on up to the 380s. DB said IDA is done. Yeah. Yep. Possibly. Everything's red that I'm watching. Except for Squeeze. Squeeze has a top of the 385. 385 up there. Got up to the 380s and got a little punch in the mouth. Will it come back and crash that 360 level and come back into this range, this channel? I think it can. 8 cents away from the 360. Not giving too much of a nice move out. Okay. Dallas, you said you were buying. Let me see, what are y'all trading? You'll buy 5,000 shares of IDA. I at 485. One light said, "How's my girlfriend doing?" Um, you're right, Dallas. Even though it did practically double. Oh yeah, yeah, Ted. I know I muted myself. I was taking a call right there. Yeah, took a call and then I had to send out some messages real quick because I just got a little strange call from a company or whatever that I provide services to. Oh, SWVL. 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 Why is this thing up? 6 million shares traded. What's the float on this? SWVL. Okay, SWVL Holdings provides mass transit ride sharing services. Have I seen? I thought I've seen this before sometime. SWVL. Get some crazy pops there though. It's a recent IPO. It's only got maybe like a couple of days on it. Okay. But it does get those pops. So we'll keep that one on watch as well. system to arrive. Okay. Going back up there to the 380s. Yeah, not following any kind of strategy of mine, so I'm not touching this one. Continues to pump through those highs, waiting for it to get some kind of big rejection. Don't know when it's coming, but I do know it's coming, and it's going to push it all the way back under the 360s. Okay, SWVL. Big body green candle on the hour chart. Previous consolidations was at the 910, breaking down there. We can see a little bit of a trend now setting up. We'll see how it looks throughout the intraday. Still didn't look at the news on this thing. NKTX for scalps. Oh, NKTX blew the lid a little bit. Let's see what NKTX, what's the news there. Oh, it didn't have news to begin with. Wasn't this the one that said there was no reason for it to be up or something like that? Oh, favorable phase one something that happened on it. But yeah, that doesn't look like you can take any more scalps on that one. Had a nice little $1 move there though. Okay, so here's the punch down on this one. Like I said, this one just isn't following the plan that I look for. Not certifying any kind of bottoms or anything. Just going up and you get a punch in the mouth like this. Back to the 360, coming back into this range. Looks like Ben made good money on Akon. Let me look at Akon. Did it shoot back up? Uh, where did he get in? Didn't he get in like I forgot where he got in on this one. Okay. If not Peter. Cradle use to access their um Give me. Okay. Man, I'm getting some calls today, boy. All right, NKT coming on down. SWVL holding that $9 level. Has quite a bit that it needs to push down here. Well, buying pressure at the 9. I don't see any previous consolidation points here. Let's see, consolidation 762. Nah. Okay, so yeah, IDAI did come on down to the second shoulder here in this area. The $7 is basically the hold point right now for it. It did crack this bottom just a little bit. Uh, his meeting. Conference room to connect. Let's see. Situation. Okay, IDIA. We'll continue watching that one as well. It did go red on the day. For it to come back green, what will it need to do? Stop calling me. All right. Ah, so much, so much, so much. Okay. Next. All right. ID AI Acon. Why was I looking at Acon? Nothing to look at there. NKTX going on down. SWVL actually looks better than most of this stuff, so I'll probably play SWVL. What is the what's the float on this thing? NA. So no kind of floats put out there. We do know the shares outstanding, so a little bit of unknown there. We got a high of day on squeeze, and it's working its way down. Oh my goodness. All right. See FB, Facebook, blah blah blah, pins. Anybody else moving well? Oh, NKTX is only up was up 4%. I guess it launched up maybe a little bit higher than that. Ate up this whole candle though. Okay, what is it? Okay, our ports. Yes, exactly. So we need to contact. Okay. SWL coming back up there. This movement was from 6 up to the 11 and then back down to 9. So it is it's moving kind of like a low float. Moving back off of that 871. We've tested this level 1050 and that would look like we want to push out. It's very, very sketchy action overall. IDAI coming on down, getting pushed. Failed all of these levels of previous or these levels of consolidation became resistance, like I said, or like I predicted they would. SQZ again, just not following my strategy. DWAC. Okay, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. Call me like that out of nowhere. What does he think this is? Okay, NKTX beginning to be a short paradise. SWVL came up, and I don't like when it. So my strategy basically, I'm looking for a trend setup where it tests the trend at a high, or actually makes a high of day, tests the trend to kind of verify that it is a trend, and then goes on the third test of the trend. Just goes and blast off. This right here is weakness at the trend. It should be showing strength at this trend. But yeah, this is not setting up the way that I'm looking for it. RCMT is also moving back up to the highs there, high of the 1539. Very low volume there though. They had to give it a second so it can actually set up a trend, but it is stopping at the 5-minute trend. Okay, there's a pullback, so yeah, that's not what I want to see. That weakness there. Okay, let's see. So we got the high of day. This trend is kind of irrelevant, but I'll leave it there. If it breaks all the way down to 337, though, it's over with anyway, so that's a little bit far. We got this downtrend here as well. So back under the 360s. A little bit steep there to be drawing a trend. It did break down this original uptrend that it had on the intraday. So I just think that thing is becoming more and more bearish. 9. This one getting out of the trend, but not quickly. Let's see what's the low here. 950. Trying to hold up. Hitting the $10. Breaching the 10 just a little bit. Can it get that push on up? Slight push. Yeah, all of this struggle is not what I'm looking for. Okay, 586. TPST was a displaced breakout. TPST. Yeah, it had that. Okay. All right, let me pop that up. There are ways to. Yeah. Okay. All right, so now we're seeing it come down. Now we can kind of see a new trend here. We'll see if it can hold out of this old trend and start to break away from this old trend towards the new trend, if possible. A lot of waiting, man. A lot of. Okay, Biden seeks 33 billion more for Ukraine, girding for a longer war. Okay. So that update just dropped. Let me drop that. Where's that from? Oh boy, what am I trying to share to? Okay. Okay. Biden seeks. This is the new little update that dropped from Bloomberg. Copy. Now drop that in Discord for us. Okay. Oh, you gotta subscribe. Oh well. We're good with just the headline. I'll read more into it somewhere else. SWVL want to see a test down to this 950 area again and hold this level, that previous uptrend. TPST coming on back down. What else are we looking at? Squeeze back up to the 70s. Barely holding. Will this previous trend uptrend become resistance? Will it start slapping it down? RCM. Mm. There's a lot going on, but not really a lot going on, if that makes sense. NKTX jumped down there to the $17 and back up to the 18s very quickly. Still a nice strong downtrend there. Oh, yoy. Okay. FB pins. Sell. Take off Tesla from here. DWAC. Not too interested in that either. Swivel has not made a new bottom yet, so not worried about that. TPST continue to come down off of these highs. Squeeze, holding at 360. Let's see if we'll get a dump here. Back below this uptrend that it made look so good. Okay. NKTX will once it goes red and holds red on the day, it'll probably be over. It's really steep move down there. NKTX continue to move up just a little bit down here. It's got a lot of red to push through if it's going to go back red. It's a whole lot of buying pressure. So will the shorts overpower them is the question. Swivel, continue to swivel out of there. High up here of the 1121. Looks like this would be a nice little area for some shorts to get active. Let's see these shorts clap it. Let's see that fear. That fear on a $10 break is what they got here. So support at $10. Snap through this. We should see quite a bit of a sell-off. Cables. Squeeze breaking back down that original trend. So this is another thing that shorts could capitalize on here. Too far, too fast. Looking for, whoa, what happened? Looking for that crash back under the 10s here. A lot of crashing today. So let's see if that fear is throughout the market, or are they going to continue to hold this thing? A lot of volume coming in on these downwards pushes. Plenty of sellers on the top. Definitely trying. Bottom is the 1050. I think if it breaks that 1050, it's not gonna have any problem getting back down to that $10. AI continuing broke the first consolidation, the second consolidation, and just is not getting back up there, and it's almost down to this third consolidation here of the 490. Never did test back up to the trend. Just grinding down there. Down 14% since the open. Swivel still acting crazy. Squeeze up to 370s. Holding above this little uptrend, very barely though. Right here at the 370s. Got a flat top right here at 371. That could be an attack point there of resistance. You know, a lot of people want it to go up, but let's see a breakdown of this 360. It's now outside of that other trend that I had marked off for that original, but acting real weird here. NKTX making another push down into this body just a little bit, but holding that 1850 level. TPST going on down. Anything else still green on the day? Everything went down. Facebook, everything from the high floats to the low floats took dives. Oh wow, I didn't even check TPST daily chart. That's not good. That's done. Lauren, what is that? You said, so I got obscenely drunk at the wake we had here for my roommate's grandma, 2 bottles and 4 cigars, and this is what happened. I'm scared to open it. I'm committing war crimes. Wow. Is that how? Well, I guess that's kind of a graphical. You did that with some kind of software, graphic software. 10. Okay, swivel's coming back down now. Looking for that break of the 10 for the fear to ensue. We have a previous consolidation here at the 9 though. Still up 50 something percent. But was that a new high day? Oh man, that was a new high day. So we got to reset up everything. Trash. IDI. Still seeing the SPY sit around the 420s. Squeeze. Just a lot of indecision around all of this. This should be a spot where people are like, all right, let's get in. But this is becoming a spot where people are like, nah, let's dump. Let's dump. Okay. What's that update? Oh no. What is tomorrow? Tomorrow is Friday. Yeah, I definitely don't need to forget that. Ooh. NKTX. Yeah, I don't like any of these setups now. Um, Let me see what Lori says. Stay inside. Not surprise muncher. Howard Sheebs, how many Sheebs you selling it for? And then Lawrence said, I'm not. My husband's friend is buying them. He was being sarcastic, gave us things we had to use in the picture. And he saw it, said mint 50, and oh, I will buy them on Friday. Lauren, that's your first NFT. But yeah, man, I don't know what's going on today, man. Things popped up, but it's just none of these things were gappers. They just popped up in the middle of the day, which happens sometimes, but in this case, IDAI down 12% since the open. Never did meet those requirements to come up and test the trend with some nice pressure. NKTX going on down as well. Has a bottom here of the 1847. Um, SQZ failing this original uptrend. Probably gonna come down soon. Not a lot of hope in the market or faith in any of these tickers. Let me see what the SPY end up doing. SPY again bouncing on that 417. Let me see if there's any news on the SPY. Futures attempt futures attempt to uh retake the 4,002 or 4,200 level, have rebounded from session low. Pull this up. Okay. So this is the news directly on the SPY for today. Russia's foreign ministry spokesperson said West openly calls Kiev to attack Russia, calls on Kiev. GDP, Treasury, Yellen says U.S. unemployment insurance system. Nothing crazy. House Speaker Pelosi says there have been interest in legislating a holiday on federal gas tax, but says no evidence oil companies would pass savings on to consumers. Swivel continues to hold up here. Really thought it was going to go ahead and crack down at this indecision. So this is a new high of day, and it's just got to reset up basically for me to even consider it. This other high of day is out of the picture. Or other trend. Squeeze. Again, just holding that trend, but not getting far away. Move from the 375 up to the 380s. New high of day. So not following what I'm looking for at all. At all. Holding up that little uptrend though. Waiting for that big crash. Here comes 10 coming down, so we need a new trend here on the 5-minute. Heavy, heavy, heavy movement. Mm-mm-mm. Swivel popping up there to the 11s. SQZ. High of day was the 1140s. Will this be a new trend here? Why don't me and Ben go live together? We used to, but he just isn't a morning person. Like I wake up every morning at 5:30. So he's still dead at that time. And I'm just up, doing work before the stream, so I'm fully awake. And, he I don't even know if he's streaming right now, but I don't know. We used to, but he was like, man, I can't do it. Cause he goes to bed so late. Like you go to bed at 4 a.m., you're not gonna be getting up trading doing much. I can't I try to get everything knocked out during the day before the sun goes down so I can go to sleep. I'm on my old man schedule. Forget all that 2 a.m. I'm going to bed. Let me see. Framework. Is he on right now? Yes, he is live. So we just got different schedules. And plus, he can go on throughout the day because, like, here soon, I'll be having to leave out. So he can go on throughout the day. And that's pretty much the plan. He goes and does whatever trading throughout the day. And I go and do my work outside of this. All right, SQZ, just like I said, man, it was in love with this little uptrend, could not get away from it. Coming on back down to those 360s. Swivel, same thing. So yeah, they just never followed any kind of rules that I have. So hey, if it doesn't set up, it doesn't set up. But what I've learned is every time it does set up, I need to be in. I need to go ahead and get in, go ahead and have bought shares and be in for that move up. If it's going to set up, I need to take every single one of those setups because I know that, like, if I take 10 trades, seven, I think it's seven, was it 7 or 6 of them will go. So it's like, as long as I'm in, I only need to win. I can lose the other ones because the other ones will be low risk trades anyway. Low risk, high reward is what we're aiming for. Look at SQZ giving up his soul right there. Look at that. Very small move out over the 350 up to the almost $4. So maybe 40 cents you would have had to sit through that. And now it's about to torture some people. SWVL giving the same type of move. Let's see. Dallas says then you need to take every one of them until you run out of cash. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Dallas. That's what I do now. Everyone that I see, I get in. Dallas, all people what was previously cooperating with Ben are gone. Everybody discovered he well, One Life said, then you need to go in heavy and get that payday, bro, if your stats are right. Yeah, One Life. That's the thing. I've been looking and doing the research. I'm like, man, this thing works. So that's all I got to do is be in on the and that's another thing that I've kind of gotten out of my system is the fear there. Like I'm like, no, this is my setup. I'm gonna be in here. This is my setup. I'm gonna be in here. This is my setup. I'm gonna be in here. No matter what. No matter what it's looking like. This is my setup. I'm gonna be in. That's how I got to. That's how I have had to just train my mind. Not this is my setup and oh my god, I hope it don't go wrong. But this is my setup and I gotta be in. SWVL coming on down there. If you're not getting chances, then you need to get more plays. Yeah. One Life says because HH Trader, you're pretty consistent with your stops, except for a few you add to losers, and um, you stop doing that, and you'd be okay. One Life, your comment was banned. The one Hal started reading and stopped in the middle, can't see it. The one that says because HH Trader, you're pretty consistent. It banned that one. What did he say? Bro, I don't know what's up with YouTube. The algorithm, I have all comments allowed on the channel. So unless we have a spammer in here like we did the other day, everybody's coming should be showing up. Let me go and look at the hell for review. I don't know why they always do that. They be tripping. Yeah, Lauren, you'll be able to see it. You'll be able to see it with because you're a moderator. Let me see if I can go in here again. Well, that was bad. Okay. Um that should fix it. All right, NKTX, SQZ. SWVL coming on down. All right. Let me see. Daniel B. How I learned last year a very important thing about trading. I don't look for trades. I'm waiting for trade to come to me. I didn't understand this for years until I got it last year. Um, let's see. Lori, I see everyone's chat is because you live in. Oh, it might be One Life. It might be actually. One Life, you ain't right. Dallas says, for instance, TPST looks like a good scalp, but it's unusual, so I'm moving on. I don't see any volume rotation. Yeah, it didn't look good on the daily chart out here at all. For where to go? TP right here. So on the daily chart, look at it down here. It had barely, it's barely even moving here on the daily chart. Like it may have had an opportunity to get up to maybe $4, but and then look at this right here, just death, just a flat line, a lot of traps. Okay, SQZ popped right on back up. It's getting scary, man. SQZ is not acting right. Got a little bit of an intraday trend here. Okay, so at this time I have to actually get ready to go. I literally just looked at the time, but SQZ is popping up there. Just keeping in that trend there. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. Daniel B said I like working in my it's called a curl. Usually takes takes for good setups. Yeah, yeah, Dallas. That's sometimes I look for curls as well. But appreciate you guys for tuning in. Man, I gotta get out of here. Um, if you're gonna continue trading, be careful. Check out frameworkfortune.com. You can get the Discord link and get into the Discord for any kind of we post articles, things about investments and entrepreneurship in there. SQZ is pulling back off of that trend again. But yeah, shout out to everybody that joined today. If you're not subscribed, make sure that you get subscribed and make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you don't accidentally unsubscribe. Or if you're gonna dislike, I mean, it's still action on the video, so whatever. We'll take it. Appreciate everybody's input. Y'all have a great day. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Peace.
Perfect.